brain, you're in the nerds domain. Come on in, it's about to begin.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Nerds Domain podcast. This week, we're live at Indy PopCon. Thank you, Shirley. This is already starting off so well.
Helping out.
Yeah. We're live at Indy PopCon 2015 here in Indianapolis at the Indiana Convention Center. I'm here with Shirley.
Hello.
And Jesse.
Howdy.
And I'm Matt. And we're going to be doing one of our normal shows called What You Doing, where we talk about what we're doing that's geeky and fun. It's a little unnerving having an audience that are actually looking at us. It's like
they're
they're
not
paying
looking
attention.
at us, they're eating.
No, there are people out there looking at us.
No,
that
they're
guy
not.
right there, he is looking at us. Say
No,
hi.
he's not. No.
See, he knows. See, I told you he's looking at us.
I'm
He
looking
waved.
this way.
See,
Oh,
there.
see,
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Oh, and we have
I'm
kids.
just going to pretend like you guys are eating, okay? I just...
So, What You Doing, we go over our 5 review topics and talk a little bit about each one. So we'll start with Jesse because you read lots of books. So go ahead, Jesse, talk about some books that you're reading.
Well, it's been a while since I've read it, but I feel as if it's important here because Casper Van Dien is here.
Oh, yeah.
At Indy PopCon.
Yeah.
And Starship Troopers is such a good book.
It's a really good book.
The movie's all right. I'm glad I watched the movie first. But yeah, the book's got everything. It's got action. It's got adventure. It's got
Cyber
insane
dogs.
amount of details about how to build a starship.
Yeah. Jump troops.
Jump troops, yeah.
Cyber
That's something
dogs.
the movie didn't have.
Aliens.
So would you say it has the blueprints for?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And it is a very different story. I mean, there's a lot of the
is.
same themes, but there's a very different story than that between that and the movie. And it's a decently easy read. It's not terribly wordy.
No, compared to the rest of Heinlein's works, it's one of his easier ones.
So are the bugs comparable?
Yeah, actually.
I think they're scarier in the book.
Yeah.
Because they come up out of the ground at random intervals. Like, they're just like, hey, we're coming out of the ground.
That's what they did in the movie.
No, but they do it all the time. Yeah.
And there's an entire other alien race involved in the book that's
Yeah.
not mentioned in the movie at all.
Yeah. So, okay. Starship
Yeah,
Troopers.
Starship Troopers.
Shirley, anything you've been reading?
Currently, I am still reading Color World
Color
by
World?
Rachel
Right on.
Rachel Kelly. Still reading The Yellow King.
King in Yellow?
The King in Yellow. I
close
get it
enough.
always. I'm dyslexic. And yeah, that's all I'm doing so far with books.
Just those two?
Yeah,
You want to stay up
just
on
the
that
two.
mic there a little bit.
Just those two.
Don't back up. There we go.
I'm trying.
So what's The King in Yellow about?
The King in Yellow is actually a compilation of short stories by, is it Harmon? It's not Harmon. I can't remember the author's name. It's a short story compilation of several different stories in one book. So I can't remember the...
Okay. So you've been reading that for a little bit. You
Yep.
read through a couple of those short stories already?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I have been reading The Rise and Fall of the Third Reich because I'm still prepping for Masks of Nyarlathotep, one of our other podcasts. It's still a really good read. It's just there's a lot to take in.
It's a very historically heavy...
It was written by a guy who was a journalist in Berlin during the rise of the Third Reich. And so he actually met Hitler and dealt with a lot of the stuff that happened there and reported on it. So he has this insider's view without being part of the Nazi party.
So is it very journalistic, or is it a...
It has some journalistic style to it.
documentary?
It has a journalistic style to it that makes it easier to read. Like really easy to read. But there's so much information, so many things going on, which is how it was in Germany at the time. It's hard to keep on all of that and read more and more and more without slowing down and saying, okay, now this is what happened. I understand that. Like, there's just a lot going on in the book for good reason.
Yeah. See, I don't feel bad about still reading book 5 of The Wheel of Time because you're still on Third Reich.
I keep telling you need to stop there.
Yeah.
That's where I stopped. It's
What,
a good ending.
Book 5?
Yeah.
Okay, I think I'm halfway through book 5 of The Wheel of Time.
Without spoilers. When What's-His-Face gets married, that's all you need to know.
That's all
Story's
I need
over.
to know because I'm kind of almost there. They're talking about it.
Story's over.
See?
Story's not over.
And that's
There's like
Perrin,
13
right?
more
You're talking
books.
about Perrin?
Spoilers.
There's 807 more books.
Hold on.
It's 75 billion years more reading for you
Now
because
for
that's
like
how slow
20
you read.
years.
I love you. Since we've covered books, let's go on to podcasts. Shirley, have you been listening to podcasts or music? Music, you can talk about music.
Oh man, who is the artist? Yeah, I don't know. No, I have no podcast.
Awesome.
I'm just
We
listening
are-
to the Ingress podcast.
Fireside Chat, Portalside Chat.
Portalside Chat, and then the Shadowrun podcast from Nero.
Okay.
So
I have been really getting back into Dakota Ring Theater with the Red Panda Adventures. I think I've talked about that lately.
and the Flying Squirrel.
Flying Squirrel, yeah. They are doing this thing where every year that passes in real time, they pass a year in their story. So they're currently in World War II, and there's been a lot of war stories and that kind of stuff. It's interesting. There's a lot of it's well written and well acted. It's a radio drama like we've talked about before. But I've also been listening to FSL Tonight, which is back. FSL Tonight.
What season is this?
This is season 4 of FSL Tonight.
And who's in the running this year?
Oh, I would have to check show notes because I honestly don't know. The LA Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, okay.
The Scarrow Exterminators, the New York Avengers. Oh, I'm missing somebody. The Cylons.
What about the Gallifrey Time Lords?
The Gallifrey Time Lords are still there.
Okay.
The Federation, the San Francisco Federation's out. They were relegated last season. So,
but didn't some of the players move to other teams?
Well, the Alderaan Senators just got Han Solo back from the Scarrow Exterminators. He was under some sort of carbonite freeze in his contract.
Whoa.
So he came back. They're not sure. He's kind of playing like he's blind, like he can't really see what's going on.
But we know he can.
Well, I don't know. It's questionable. But we're in week 3 of FSL Tonight, and if anybody's not familiar with it, it is they take fantasy and sci-fi stories, either books or movies or so on and so forth, and make them into a fake sports team and never really explain the rules much, but talk about it like it's really a sport. It's very referential. Like, they reference the heck out of the movies or the book, whatever they're talking about.
Yeah.
They reference a lot. It's been fun, and it's Justin Robert Young and Tom Merritt, and they're both phenomenal podcasters, and they do a really good job of doing on the fly stuff for the podcast. So, Jesse, anything you're listening to?
Nope. Yeah. Well, almost all my gaming anymore is handheld.
Okay.
So I listen to Tiny Cartridge, which tells me a lot about 3DS news, new games coming out, things like that. The VitaCast is the same thing for PlayStation Vita. I love both systems. Now, you mentioned music, and I've recently discovered a group called Ailstorm.
Okay.
And if you like heavy metal and you like pirates, there is no reason not to listen to this group.
Okay. Anything else?
That's about it. Yeah.
How about games that I'll start off games since we played Sewer Pirates last night.
Can I plug
yeah,
one
go ahead.
thing
Yeah,
that
why
we're
not? I mean,
listening
we
to?
already gave you your chance.
Yeah, I
and
know.
We don't ever do this.
I,
Go ahead.
I always should be last because I listen to you guys and I'm like, oh yeah, oh hey, there's that idea. But
Oh, you remember something?
Yeah, Professor Elemental.
Professor Elemental?
Yeah.
Good times.
He's a chap hop artist. Has really crazy songs. Most of his music is going to be on which podcast?
None of them right now.
Oh,
We
I
changed
thought we
that
had
around.
one picked up.
No.
Oh, well, that stinks. Anyway,
So we don't like him anymore.
We
No,
love
Professor Elemental. We love Professor.
We are driving to
Elemental.
Canada to see Professor Elemental very
Yes.
likely.
So that's who I'm listening to.
But yeah, no, he's great. So can we move on? Am I allowed
Games.
to move on to games now? Is that
Games.
allowed? You sure?
You're good.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So
Wait. Oh, hold on. No. It's all right. Go ahead.
so
For real this time.
Okay, so we played Sewer Pirates last night. That was a lot of fun.
Oh my gosh.
I
I love Sewer
really,
Pirates.
really excited to play Sewer Pirate again. We just opened the box last night, finally.
I mean, we've
after having
played it
it for a
before
year.
hundreds of times, but
I hadn't. It was my
Did you
first
like
time.
it?
And I won. So yeah, I liked
It's
it.
true. It's true. And I told you it has a Ticket to Ride kind of feel.
It does. Except
Yeah.
better because it doesn't involve trains.
That's true. You play a bunch of rodent or other things that you would want to exterminate, and
why would you want to exterminate a frog?
if they were in your house,
No, Oh, they're cute. You just pick them up and put them outside.
What are cute?
Frogs.
You like the frog. Oh, no, you like the snail.
I like the snail.
Anyway,
Anyway.
so you play a bunch of creatures that are sailing these boats to get the flotsam and jetsam that is down in the sewers to gain points. So you need can openers to open cans, and you need ketchup to put on your French fries,
You
and
need parrots to talk to the kids.
so that you can ransom.
Kidnap.
No, you don't kidnap the kids. You kidnap their teddy bears and their dolls, and then you take the parrots, send the parrots out to ransom those out.
Yeah.
Totally makes sense. But we played that last night. That was a lot of fun. What else have I? Oh, I've been trying to play Fallout Shelter, but Jesse, you've had better luck with that than I have.
Yeah, it's not. I haven't had good experience with it. So
Is
I haven't
it
put a lot
heavy
into
click and wait? Like,
Not really. It's a lot more like Tiny Towers was. It's almost.
well,
It is
Tiny
a
Towers is a click and wait.
It is. I didn't get far enough to have to start waiting. I
Oh.
lost interest in it quicker than that.
Okay.
Whereas Tiny Towers and Tiny Death Star, you have the ability of making like random rooms. It seems like the rooms in this are generated like you build the water treatment plant, you build the sleeping quarter, you build the.
Oh, okay.
Without
So what are
the
you guys
funny
playing
names.
this on?
Hypothetically, I'm playing it on my iPad if I ever get it to work.
I am
Okay.
playing it on my iPad because my iPad's better.
Whatever.
You've got an iPad battle going on.
Yeah, definitely. So, anything else you've been playing, Jesse?
Yes, I recently got Batman Arkham Knights for the PC.
Nice.
I'm enjoying it so far. I haven't got very far into it because, well, the PC launch wasn't the best. I have a decent graphics card. I cranked the graphics all the way up to max. Found out that it still has problems with it, even with the best of the graphics cards. So I had to back it down to like the graphics of a PlayStation 4, which I don't see how people can stand that. But
You know there's an audience here, and they'll come over
what?
to this table.
What? No,
Yeah,
no.
they will.
But no, the gameplay seems great. I don't
Okay.
like the idea I have to use a Batmobile. I'm not a big Batmobile fan. I want to play Batman, not a car.
Did you play the previous games?
Yes, all but Origins.
Okay. Did you like those?
Yeah, absolutely loved them. Couldn't get more than 15 minutes into Origins, and then I found out it was by a different developer. So
I've not played any of them, so I really
haven't?
can't. No,
Why?
I don't own a system,
okay, that's
and
actually a good
I don't
reason.
want to play. If I'm going to play a video game on my PC, it'll be Fallout or Civilization or Minecraft. So there you go.
Yeah, it makes sense. Well, the new Fallout, you guys get a new graphics card anyway, so
No, I'm just going to buy an Xbox One.
those horrible, horrible graphics.
Yeah, whatever. If you plug the HDMI cord into the back of the TV, it works. It just looks beautiful.
It works really well.
Does
Yeah,
it?
there's
See,
a
I have
huge
an
difference.
I have an
What platform
HDMI
do you
cable
have?
to my PC.
You did that for Fallout, right?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Shirley, anything you've been playing?
Getting back into Minecraft. I started my second world. I've been playing 2048 a lot on my phone, which has helped my cognitive abilities. So if you're working on that, go for 2048. And then, no, I think that's about it.
Really?
You're playing Minecraft? I thought you didn't like Minecraft.
No, I don't like riding the horses into the trees because I get stuck and then I die.
Yeah, it's tree murder.
It's
Tree murder.
Those trees are out to get you. I'm just saying.
The only person I think's ever died to a tree.
That's not true.
I have. I've died in the trees like 3 or 4 times. I just forgot. I was like, no way, I'm not getting the horses anymore. I don't care about the horses. I'll walk everywhere.
But they move so fast.
They
do.
Just
but
burn
then
the woods
I die.
down.
Then I die in a tree.
But you need the wood.
You can get by without it. Just live in a hole. Burn the forest.
Well, that's what I did. I found this cave and I just started digging down. Now I live in a cave.
You don't need trees?
Yeah, and I put up a glass door and I'm good.
Wow.
So, you don't like living in caves?
No.
That's
I
pretty
make
cool.
my caves into nice homes with beds and railroad tracks inside.
I can put a bed down in the cave. I made that cave exactly how any house would be.
So, let's move on to apps. Jesse, have you been using any new apps? Let's talk about new apps now.
Well, let me tell you. I have discovered this great new app. I'm not sure if people have heard of it.
Oh.
It's called Angry Birds. Say yes. Some people have heard of it.
We appreciate listeners, always, every time.
No, Angry Birds is a great game. It's like you pull back and you let the bird fly off. and it
Which
does
Angry
things.
Birds are you playing? You playing Angry Birds? Or are you playing Star Wars Angry Birds?
Angry
or are you playing
Birds.
Angry Bird Epic?
I figured I should go through the first game first under the storyline, and
You like old school RPGs, right?
yeah.
You should download Angry Birds Epic. I'm not joking. It's
really?
our old school RPG. Each bird has a different set of skills. The yellow bird is your wizard.
Oh,
the
really?
white bird is your healer. Your black bird does a lot of damage. Your red bird is your knight. It is an old school RPG. It's really kind of awesome, but still on the light end.
I don't think my phone can handle it.
It probably
That's kind of
can't.
the reason I'm playing Angry Birds is because it fits on a.
Try putting it on your iPad. You might have to delete a couple of things.
Oh wow, that big.
It's less than a gig.
Yeah, I think you guys are crazy. Angry Birds reminds me of Candy Crush too much. You get addicted.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Except Angry Birds is free.
Yes, this is true. Well, no, you can still pay for it.
You can, but
Any other apps, Jesse?
no, that's the newest thing I got.
Newest thing? Shirley, apps?
Other than Google, the Google Suite Docs or the Google Suite on my phone, not really, because just getting hired onto this new job, I've had to concentrate a lot on that. So I haven't been able to, except for 2048, which I play on my phone. That's about it. And Ingress, the Ingress app, podcast app, the day-to-day stuff, my weather app.
Okay.
Ooh, and because I have the Galaxy S6 now, it gets to rain on my phone, so I get to watch it rain on my phone. It's kind of amazing.
Ingress is that app where you like
play
take
Ingress.
one of two sides, right?
You play Ingress.
Yes, it's Resistance and Enlightened, and you choose a side.
Is this the time
Green
I
or
should tell you
blue?
guys I'm enlightened?
No, you are not.
Oh, absolutely.
No, you're not.
I'm taking you down.
I've
Absolutely.
seen your portals in
Where are
Columbus.
your
You're not
portals?
enlightened.
Oh, you've seen pictures on my phone that look like.
No, I've been in Columbus looking at your portals.
Whoa, why are you stalking his portals in Columbus?
We don't talk about that. All right. Well, I have picked up a new app called Clamor.
What's Clamor?
So
Sounds
Clamor,
like a
no.
music app where
No.
you like put pretty pictures
well,
together.
it's so it's audio related.
Oh.
So it's 18 seconds of audio for different things. So basically, like for instance, I have 13. Let's say I have 13 podcasts. I have 13 podcasts. Let's just live in that world for a second. And I want you to listen to my podcast. I can put 18 seconds worth of a trailer or a preview on Clamor, and you'll find it by listening to similar things. And it does music and it does a couple other things, but podcast is one of its main topics. So, for instance, I subscribe to Southgate Media and another one. Every time they put something up, I'm notified, and then I can go listen to that 18 seconds to see if I want to listen to the entire episode. If I do, I click a button, and it takes me right to the episode.
That's
So
kind of
what you're
awesome.
saying is this is the audio version of Twitter.
It kind
That's
of
a way to
sounds
look
like
at it. And it's also social, so you can share. So like, oh, I like this thing, and I'll share it on my Facebook or on my Twitter or through Clamor. It's all in beta testing, so it's iOS only right now. Haha, you Android users.
I have an iPhone.
Yeah, you're a traitor. You sit on both sides. I really like it. I think it's a solid app, and it has potential. It has potential for a lot more. It just hasn't gotten there yet because it's still beta testing and they haven't gotten it out to Android users, which is where you're going to see the other part of your smartphone users actually get into it. It's not like Windows phones where we'll get the other 0.001%. But yeah, it's a solid app. I like it so far. It's interesting. The only other app I've downloaded that I've been using new is the Kings Island app, which tells you wait times for lines.
Oh wow, they have an app for that?
And other stuff like if it rides down, it'll tell you on the app and that kind of stuff. So that's kind of cool. But since we aren't going to Kings Island until that's next weekend.
Next
Oh
weekend.
wow.
Yeah.
So we'll be using that a lot very soon. Let's get into our final topic and then we'll talk about a few other things. And we'll start with movies and TV. Which one of you guys wants to start?
Not me, because I always remember
So
stuff.
Jesse, go right ahead.
Jesse.
So, I like movies that involve time travel. So I decided to try a movie called Project Almanac.
Yeah. How'd that go?
Not a big fan of the movie. It really felt like it was leading up to a point, and it never quite got there. It just keeps building this tension, and like something bad's going to happen. And nothing bad really happens. I mean, it's
Who puts that out?
a movie company.
Oh, what do you watch it on?
It's a
What
shaky
channel?
cam film. It's a movie.
Oh well, no shaky.
Oh, a
And
movie.
I didn't know it was shaky cam when I started, so that instantly put me off a little bit. To be fair, I didn't give it the best chance. But honestly, do everything wrong and like what every other time travel movie says you shouldn't do. You don't do this. So
They
bad
do
things
it.
should happen.
Yeah.
And it doesn't really happen. There's no long-lasting implications. There's no... They set up a set of rules for how time travel works,
And then break
and
them.
then
break
don't
them.
follow them.
Yeah.
Hot Tub Time Machine 2 is a far better time-traveling movie.
Yeah, honestly, Hop Tub Time Machine follows its own rules at least.
Exactly.
And then when it doesn't, it just hand waves it because it's a comedy and it knows it. And then that's acceptable in a lot of ways because of that. Okay, any other movies? TV?
That's bad.
You're about to watch all of Battlestar Galactica
You
I
are
don't know
watching
about that.
all of Battlestar Galactica
Tonight.
Season 1.
We're going to go home, we're going to binge watch it, and then
Yes.
you're going to crawl up to Edward James Olmos' table and cry. Mostly because we made you watch all of it tonight. We're going to set up multiple screens. You're going to see multiple seasons at once.
And you're going to dream about it. So
Got
you're
a
not
bad
going to be
feeling
able to
about
get
this.
away from it.
I'm already going to be dreaming about it, so that's...
Hey, there you go. I have, what have I been watching? Oh, I've been rewatching old stuff for Mad Men. I went back and restarted Mad Men since they only have the first part of the seventh season on Netflix. I've been watching those. I've started season 3. 3 of Orange is the New Black. It's interesting. It's intense.
I
Just like
haven't
it was.
started that one yet.
It's good.
It's on
Is
my
that
if
the
list.
you
one
like-
with Ruby Rose? Is
What?
Ruby there yet?
Who?
No. She's the new girl. No?
If you ruin another show like you ruined House of Cards for me,
I was asking you if someone was there yet.
is Freddy's closed down yet? What? Yeah, they closed down Freddy's. It was in the newspaper. What?
It was in the newspaper.
No.
Once it hits media
Okay.
that everybody can read.
Okay, Johnny.
It's not
okay,
a
Johnny.
spoiler
It's not a
anymore.
spoiler anymore. I don't care about spoilers. I do. Thanks, jerk.
Well, let me tell you about the next season of Game
Wait,
of Thrones.
no.
Yeah,
No,
we
we're
have
not
yet to
gonna
start
go
Game of
there.
Thrones. But yeah, I've been watching those two. Oh, and we just watched.
We just finished the guy with the red Daredevil.
Yeah,
I just
Daredevil's a
watched.
good
We
series,
just
though.
watched Despicable Me 2. I'd not seen it before. We watched
Why?
that this week. Why? What?
Why haven't you seen it before?
Okay. No. He's saying why haven't we watched it? I never got around to it. We watched Despicable Me about a year ago. We rented it through Amazon
Somewhere.
or something. And then we went and bought them because we found them cheap on Blu-ray. And I'm very happy. I'm looking forward to Minions now, even more than I was.
Yeah.
So, Shirley, that leaves it up to you.
All right. So, what have we been watching? Well, Daredevil.
Daredevil.
Daredevil?
I'm cheering it on. Go ahead.
So, looking forward to season 2 of that. We're getting ready to binge watch Battlestar Galactica. We haven't really been watching very much TV since we've been moving.
Yeah, we've been moving it, and AT&T is wonderful, and we love them, but they can't seem to figure out how to set up our internet. Go ahead, keep going.
Once Upon a Time. I'm keeping up with Once Upon a Time. You know, on the season when Cruella is getting ready to get her dues. So,
Well,
And
not,
then-
not that I would assume you'd watch a bad show, but is that a good show? Because I've been thinking
Once
about getting
Upon a
into
Time?
Yeah.
I like it because of the storyline.
Is it kind of a detective-y, noir-y kind of a story? Because it kind of gets that
No.
feeling from commercials. The commercials don't seem to know what they want to sell.
I think they play up Emma Swan's role in it on the commercials.
Who's that?
She's the detective-y
Oh,
person
okay.
that's in there.
Oh.
So I think what they do is they play that role up during the commercials, but it's very much a storyline where you're kind of like a CSI episode where you have like 2 or 3 stories going on at the same time. So, you know, you're watching a 40-minute episode, you get, 15, 20 minutes of each story, depending on how many stories they have going on at the same time.
I never watched CSI.
I like it. I like it because of the storyline. The acting is pretty good. Script is, pretty good. It wouldn't be my go-to favorite, but I like it because I want to see where they're taking the storyline. So,
Right on.
and I think that's about it for me. I'm just binge watching Once Upon a Time.
So,
Oh, and Vikings.
right on. So we've got about 25 minutes left because we sped right through that. But that's okay. It might be nervousness because people are watching it. us, but
There's no people.
I had
they're
forgotten about him
all
until you did
here.
that,
They're
so.
all staring. No, they're not. So let's talk a little bit about what kind of shows we do on the Nerds Domain podcast.
Ooh, okay.
So we do a What You Doing, which is, wow, there's a dinosaur outside.
Where's the dinosaur?
There's a dinosaur?
Right there.
Oh, it's a
Oh, there is.
Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I got distracted by dinosaurs.
Oh, that's all right.
It looks like it's some sort of costume.
Yeah, there was a phoenixy falcony thing.
Oh yeah,
around
the
here,
phoenixy falcony thing.
Yeah,
that was
a minute
awesome.
ago. Now it's
Yeah.
gone. It's kind
There's
of cool.
a fairy princess with a giant sword. Look at that.
Yeah.
That's a giant. That
I
sword
know.
is huge.
And
So anyway, our
time,
podcast.
Every time the what is it, Wonder Boy? What? Is
What?
It? What's it called?
Wonder what?
From Fury Road.
The War Boy.
Every time the War Boy walks by,
Yeah.
I want to scream, Knox, Half-Life.
You don't want to scream Witness?
Oh, Witness. Yeah.
So
I
let's
forgot
talk about our
that part.
podcast since we're going to be on top of it this time, maybe.
Sure.
Okay.
So
We always are.
We do the What You Doing, where we talk about the 5 review topics that go on the website: books,
Right.
What
podcasts,
this was.
games, apps, movies, TV. I'm
Ta-da!
clearing that up. Hold on.
What?
And then we have a Criterion Collection. What is the Criterion Collection, Jesse?
The Criterion Collection is a collection of high-class movies. Art films, one could say.
Art films.
And our reviews are from low-class people who sometimes don't understand why they are so highly vaulted. And if I have to watch another
Can
translated samurai movie,
Yeah, I think we're done with those for a little bit.
wait.
the
translate-
The
that's
Criterion Collection is a
Subtitle.
collection of movies that experts feel are important to cinema.
experts.
I'm with you on that because we watched some terrible movies.
Dillinger's dead.
Don't ever watch Dillinger.
Also, there was that
Dead.
French movie that I didn't get into. I don't remember what the name of it was.
Was it the City of Angels one?
No, that was German, and I
I
was
like
okay with
that.
that one.
It
was
was the one that was the one that
Stolen
was
Kisses. Thank God.
Okay. Yeah, that was
I
the
don't
one
think I
that
watched
was
that one, did I?
You did.
that was a
Oh.
certain language translated into another language
No, that
that
was
was
Dillinger's Dead.
subtitled in a different language.
That was Dillinger's Dead.
No.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
one
I
was
think that was
recorded. That
Stolen
was
Kisses.
filmed in Italian, subbed or dubbed over with French, and then translated into subtitles for
Blah.
English.
Yeah.
It was terrible. Anyway,
horrible.
so we do the Criterion Collection, where we watch good movies too.
Yes.
We watch
Sometimes.
Stagecoach,
Yes.
Yeah. Stagecoach
Seven
was a good one.
Samurai.
That was a good one.
I believe you rated it as a 5.
Compared to the rest of them.
Wait, that was a Kira Kurosawa, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We watched, what was the one with Death and Ingrid
Oh, yeah.
Bergman?
It was a French film.
No, it wasn't. It was a Swedish film.
Is
Not
this-
everything is French, guys.
The Seven Deadly Sins? No, that's not
Seven
it.
Seal. See,
Seven
this is
Seal.
why we need an
right.
audience all the time.
Thank
Yes.
you.
It was a great one. I enjoyed that one.
This is
There'll be
normally
a
when we would
quiz
look stuff
after.
up. We don't even need phones now. We could just expect our audience to take care of it. This is perfect. No, we did watch Seven Seal. Seven Seal was great.
Yeah.
We've watched several. Our next couple are going to be RoboCop, the
Yeah.
original, and then there was another one that was a modern-ish movie. What was
What was
that?
that?
310 to Yuma. We're going to watch the original.
We
310
are
to
going to
Yuma.
watch
Well,
310 to Yuma.
that's
It was
older.
12 Angry Men was the
Oh.
other
Oh,
was the
yeah.
other Criterion Collection thing. So after that, we also do immediate movie reviews where we go to watch a movie the same weekend it comes out and put up the review that weekend. Our last one of those has been a while. It was
Oh, we didn't do Fury Road.
it was Divergent Insurgent.
Yeah, that was you and Matt Hurt.
No, Tiny.
Okay.
It was us.
Or-
It was us
it
and
was one
Tiny
of
from
the
Obsessive Viewer.
Obsessive Viewer guys.
So it wasn't the bad movie. It was
No,
Pacific Rim.
Pacific
Okay.
Rim was
Okay.
fantastic.
No, hey, we
You know,
are not
okay,
getting
all
into
right,
this
all
for
right,
the
all right,
800
all right.
podcast.
We won't fight again.
I'll put you both in corners.
So those are usually our regular ones, and then we do a couple of different things. And I wanted to talk about one that we did that back in April. That's kind of important. Actually, I guess it was March. Let's talk about the movie draft.
Oh, yeah. The one I couldn't make it to. I see how you are.
So
So what are the standings, Matt?
ask which team that might win a lot is at number 1. That would be Team Wins a Lot. That would be me.
Yeah.
Actually, technically, according
You
to
know,
the,
if you were losing, we would not be talking about this.
that's true. According to the chart, I'm number 1. According to the numbers, I'm number 2. Team Fool's Mask has $568 million.
Good night.
I have $565 million, so I'm only $3 million behind. They can't pick up,
Oh, okay.
unlike our normal recording
I'm
setup.
like, every time I hear like a small noise, I'm like, stop. We have to stop recording.
So we are pretty close tied First
So
and second.
where am I?
Hold on. Scott is at $520 million, so he's not that far behind. Sequel rebooters, Watcha, and Team Moonstar are all $179 million.
That's it.
It's a three-way tie for last place. But,
yay.
but you have Ted 2 and Minions coming out.
Yeah, Minions is going to push me over the top.
I think Minions,
I tell you.
I don't think Minions
I'm winning this year.
I don't think Minions will put you in first, only because Jurassic World is still carrying me quite well.
Right.
Yeah, but
Jurassic World is $445 million of my
Jurassic World,
565.
Smash World.
There was no reason for that, though. I mean,
What?
that's just completely out of the blue. It's a
Really?
good movie, but that much?
Well, yeah, it was good, but it wasn't that good. But hey,
I
whatever
haven't seen it
wins,
yet.
whatever wins. So we do a movie draft
year.
every year. We get 100.
I won the first one.
No, you won the second one. The first one we didn't record.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the one I won the first one with Avengers.
Well, that doesn't count.
It does.
If it wasn't recorded.
According to every movie draft we have on Box Office Movie Draft or BoxOfficeDraft.com, it does
Oh, okay.
because I list the previous winners. But I won that year with Avengers. I spent like $65 on Avengers, and yeah, it did pretty well for me. What? Are you okay?
Yes.
And then you won the second year. I won last year, so that's why I won a lot because that's 2 out of 3, according to Meatloaf. Isn't bad.
Boo.
Do you disagree?
Well,
I'm just-
the only reason I didn't win is because I couldn't participate. Oh, no, I participated
Last
in
year,
that one, didn't I?
yeah, last year
Yeah.
you
Oh, well.
chose stink movies.
It didn't pan out the way I intended.
The
it
year
to.
the year that you won and I lost, I chose the wrong movies. Like I don't know, Pacific Rim that didn't make $100 million.
For a good reason.
No, it deserved at least $100 million.
The only reason I keep losing is because my movies keep getting booted off the draft.
This is true. I did lose my last 2 movies. Jurassic World is my last movie for the year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's why I'm winning.
Maybe.
No,
We'll
but
see.
like-
You do have The Man from U.N.C.L.E., which we know will be a $50 million movie.
Right.
So we get $100. We auction off each movie. You build a team of movies to bring you their domestic gross, and we add those all up for each team. And whoever wins at the end of the year, or at the end of the summer, gets a trophy. Jesse, you still have your trophy?
Yes.
It's a snazzy little trophy, isn't it?
It is.
I never gave myself a trophy
Are we
for last
passing
year.
that trophy around, or are we getting a new
no.
one?
His is a 2013 Nerds
okay.
Domain movie draft.
You're not
winner.
getting my trophy.
Mostly because he doesn't know where it's at.
Okay, I'm sorry. There's this scary thing over there. What is that?
I don't know. It's got a nice hat though.
It does. It's a very pretty hat.
So beyond that, what we do interviews occasionally, that kind of stuff.
Yep.
Kickstarters.
Kickstarter, that's a totally different podcast. now.
Sorry.
Nope. We could talk about other podcasts though.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Sure. So
Go
this is the
fund
Nerds
this.
Domain podcast, but we have 5 podcasts within the Nerds Domain, and we are a part of a larger network called the Southgate Media Group, where they have something like 100 podcasts because they're
I thought you said
overachievers.
700.
100.
Oh,
They
okay.
used to have 70, and now they have 100. So we have Nerds Domain presents Masks of Nyarlathotep, which is really awesome. We love it. Where I run a Call of Cthulhu game and run players through the storyline, and they slowly go insane or die or both
Or both.
at the same
Sometimes
time.
not so slowly.
This is true.
It's better to get killed by a deep one right off the bat than slowly go insane by a tree.
We are currently on that show putting up off-season side quests, and those will be wrapping up second week of August, second Saturday of August, and we'll get into our newest season, Octung Cthulhu, where we will be playing the Octung setting, still called Cthulhu, and we'll be going into World War II. And we recorded our first session of that. I think you guys had fun, right?
Yes, we did.
That's the correct answer.
Because, I like a gun getting pointed at me.
Hey,
Yeah.
no, everybody loves a
Oh,
good.
spoilers.
Yeah, everybody loves a good standoff.
Oh,
So
By
we
the way,
will
thank you for sticking up for me. I didn't
Yeah.
get to tell you that.
we will be getting into World War II. That'll be fun. One of our other podcasts is the Go Fund This podcast, where we talk to crowdfunding managers, interview them, talk about their crowdfunding projects, and get that out so they can get it to more people. We also do Gaming with Scott, where our friend Scott talks or plays the Marvel Face Rip system and with his players, and he also is going to be doing some topics on just general storytelling and world building and role playing and just overall general concepts for the gamer in all of us. And then our newest podcast is Binging with Brian and Jeff. They watch streaming only TV shows and then review them. So each episode has each episode has 2 shows that they do. So episode 1 went up this past Monday, and that was Daredevil season 1 episode 1 and Moon Boy season 1 episode 1.
And then what do we have coming out?
What do you mean? Oh, and then we have a new podcast
September?
coming out in September called I'm not gonna
Please
scream
don't
it.
scream it.
I'm not. I promise. Jesse, could you do me a favor? Not into the mic.
Oh,
No.
It's going to be called There Are 4 Lights. It is a Star Trek podcast where we are going to watch every episode of Star Trek ever. And each one will get its own podcast where we talk about it, review it, discuss it, mention tropes and fun things. And so far it's been going pretty good. We got
it's a lot of fun.
15 episodes under our belts.
Yes.
That launches the first Wednesday of September.
So, and that's it.
Yeah, those are our podcasts right now. I'm excited. 66 by the end of the year. Who knows what we'll do next year? So, for all those listening out there, if any of this interests you or you want to go sign up for our newsletter for your chance to win one of 2 board games, you can do that over at booth 546 in the exhibit hall. Why you keep mouthing things at me? It's throwing me off.
No, go ahead.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. There you can pick up some prints from our artists. You can check out some comic books that we did some ads in. You can look at some of our recording equipment, sign up for a newsletter, and then you can look at Scott's giant mutton chops, and maybe he'll let you pet them. Or brush them. They could probably use a brush.
If you go over there and do that, just let them know Matt sent you.
Yeah, absolutely. Otherwise, I think that'll do us tonight. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
Live from Indy PopCon.
Live from Indy PopCon. This has been the Nerds Domain podcast. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/nerdsdomain, on Twitter at nerdsdomain. Go over to our website and read our reviews at nerdsdom.com. You can give us a 5-star rating on iTunes. You can go over to patreon.com/nerdsdomain, support us there. And you can find our shirts over at /loot. And we will talk to you guys real soon.